The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Get off the field. Check three. Sit.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
In motion left goes Boyd. Now Burrow on 1st down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown Bengals. Joe Mixon, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. The blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in this first quarter. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
11. You got tight. You got tight right there. 12. 17. Tighten up. Pull it together. 17's Mike. Mike 17. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy?
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Hassan Reddick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Takes it at the 7.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
36.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
17. Let's go, D.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst, 63 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Ready? 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
On 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Quez Watkins, 31 21 yards.
And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Check 99. Check 99. Undercrush.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
11.
17's Mike 17.
11, Thomas.
On third down, Burrow.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Mike
17.
11, Thomas.
Mike 17. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. 17's Mike 17.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
11, MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
17's Mike 17. Ricky. Mike 17.
11, MT, tape. 11, MT, tape. 12.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike 17. They gonna need some therapy after this. 17's Mike.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number one.
Here we go. Hot.
Mike 17.
80. Mike hot.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
19 right.
In motion right is Watkins.
On first down, Hurts.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bengals have retaken a third quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll be out right at the 35. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That's an excellent run right there on second and long. Didn't get back all of it, but a huge chunk. Now they're in third and manageable and back on schedule and trying to pick up a first down.
Hurts.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. In motion left is Watkins. Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the Sticks.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Throwing is Hurts.
Touchdown! Quez Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
from the 29.
Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Check. Fresno. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Watch the twist. Check three.
Back to Mixon on 1st down.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
11 MT tight.
Mike 17. Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Oh, and a huge mistake late. It's intercepted.
Picked off by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Going deep here for Watkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And some room to run now. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
75 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The slot man in motion right. A final shot now for Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.